owners of a company called Wheels Up. We are in the private aviation business. We're a membership-based program. Our core group has been in private aviation about it's almost 17, 18 years. We started the company in 2001 called Marquis Jet, which we partnered with a company called NetJets, and in 2010 we sold Marquis Jet to NetJets. So we're proud to say we're the guys with the lowest SAT and lowest GPA scores to ever sell a business, to Warren Buffett, which we successfully did in 2010. We started Wheels Up August 1 of 2013 with nothing more than a 6 or 8 page PowerPoint presentation. Proud to say, almost not even 4 years later, we have 100 airplanes in our fleet. We have over 3,600 members that have joined Wheels Up. It's a membership club, so we're doing things very differently. We started with an airplane type that's never been part of a fleet format before, called a King Air 350i. And reason being, thesis behind Wheels Up is when someone gets on a private airplane in North America, the average flight time is 2 hours and under. And with this particular airplane, we can accomplish that mission at almost half the price at our competitors, or what used to be our competitors, are doing. Incredible technology. We have an incredible app, ride sharing, all these kind of cool things that we're doing. I'm happy to show the app afterwards. And we like to say now, as Wheels Up is more like Netflix than we are like NetJets. So happy to be here, and let's rock it. I'm really here to see Colin. Really here to see Colin.
The more we hear, it's no longer about stuff; it's about experience.
And entitlement.
And entitlement, absolutely. So actually, on the topic of experience, Gary, I know a comment you made just when you were introducing yourself that struck me. You're more Netflix than NetJets. How do you guys differ in your experience, and how does that lead you to drive the customer base you
Well, first off, because we are in the airplane business, private aviation business, the most important thing we do is safety, getting people safely from A to B. That's the utmost importance. So unlike someone who does not need to be trained cooking a cheeseburger, our pilots need to be very highly trained. So the experience, again, starts with safety, but really for us, and when someone flies Wheels Up or in private aviation, the experience starts from when they book their flight with our member services team, which I would compare to a Four Seasons reservation call line that you're calling. So it starts there, but really the experience with Wheels Up starts when you pull up to the plane. And we like to say, obviously, when you're flying Wheels Up, it's shoes on, not shoes off. So you don't have to take your shoes off, and the car pulls right up, and the pilots, again, who are our front line, are waiting for you, and the experience starts there. But really, the luxury, and again, I would agree with Colin that the word is a little overused. So if we go on record that anytime anyone on this panel says luxury or what's the other word? Curate, we have to do a shot of tequila. Let's just say that. So anytime we
Sterling Penguin.
Sterling Penguin. But again, the luxury that we're providing to our members is really the luxury of time and convenience, because those are things in people's life, and being able to get home the same day from a meeting, for a kid's baseball game or a birthday party. It's really the time is what we're selling, but the experience when someone joins as a Wheels Up member, it's the experience from making that reservation, whether they do it on the app or they're talking to someone live, all the way through when the pilots meet them at the plane, to when they're on the plane, to the snacks they're having, when they land, make sure the ground transportation is there, so on and so forth. So it's really full service. But again, safety is the #1 word in our business.
Okay. Gary, I see you're shaking your head. Why don't you talk to me a little bit about the, was it 8670?
Well, we have a culture at 8760. So in the airplane business, everything revolves around hours. How many hours do you fly a year? How many hours is that flight? So everything revolves around hours. So we came up, our company mantra, or our philosophy, we have something called an 8760 culture. And the number 8760 simply represents the number of hours there are in a year. 365 times 24 is 8760. The reality of a Wheels Up member is our average member is only flying with us let's just say 20 hours a year. So the goal of Wheels Up, and really should be of any brand, is how do you stay in your customers or your members' lives the other 8,740 hours that they're not flying with us. And it's experiential events that we do, the customer member events. It's the hospitality at the Super Bowls, at the Masters, it's the intimate events, it's partnering with chefs, it's, again, in this day and age, and the clientele and the members that we have in our ecosystem, just to get them out of their house or get them off their couch on a Sunday, it's got to be something, super, super, super special. Because again, in my days, and a lot of our days, you could order and get two choices when you could order in, Chinese food or pizza. Now you can order, know who, and you don't have to go to a bar to pick up a girl. You can sit on your couch. So literally, to get people in this world, excited about going out and do something, and again, to come to, anytime you see 4 seasons on something, it's something special. When I had the pasta in the Parmesan bowl, it's going to be the best pasta. So just certain brands, again, what we've done at Wheels Up is, again, same kind of thing. When we put our brand, put our name on something, it's from an experience standpoint, it's really this 87-60 thought process, and the hats and the sweatshirts, and people make fun of us with our swag, but when Tom Brady walks off the Super Bowl winning plane and he's wearing a Wheels Up hat, that's powerful stuff. But that's the 87-60 philosophy that we have.
And I think that's absolutely brilliant when you talk about the idea of engaging that customer.
Yeah, I mean, if you look a little bit, again, I'm not an expert, but even the nightlife business, you talk to some of the nightclub impresarios in the world, and their business is slow because the celebrities, the athlete, they don't want to be out there because they don't want a picture taken when they're at the club, and so that has changed the world. And also it was a few years ago, and I was playing golf with someone in your space, and I asked him, I said, who's some of your competitors in the luxury hotel market, and he didn't hesitate. The first thing he said to me was Airbnb, and this was 3 years ago. I said, what are you talking about, Airbnb? How can Airbnb, the other company, the initials are RC, just so you know. And I said, what are you talking about? I said, on Central Park South, how does Air... And he told a story about a sheik from one of the Middle Eastern countries who, for years, had taken out a whole floor at that particular hotel in Central Park South, and all of a sudden he knew that this sheik was coming to New York, but he wasn't at the hotel. Did a little investigation, and sure enough, one of the assistants of the sheik had found on Airbnb some kind of crazy townhouse that slept 15 and with all the amenities. So again, you talk about changing and being discreet, and it's just, and the other thing we talk about is that, everyone talks about social media, but no one ever talks about the folks who invented social media were the most antisocial people. I mean, the nerds of the world invented social media. They're the ones that didn't know how to socialize. So it's almost anti-social media.
Those nerds are my guests today, so I still like it.
What's that?
Those nerds are my guests today.
All right, so I want to leave a little time for Q.
I have a few thoughts on it, but again, I agree. It's a personal perspective, but again, luxury for me are things like being able to wear my Lululemon ABC pants 4 days a week, and I don't have to put on a suit. Again, I think it's very personalized, but I will say, again, as far as luxury goes and flying private, it's the one thing that no matter how many times you do it, it's the one thing you never get tired of. So that's what I'll say there.
Thank you all for joining us. Please join me on the stage.
Luxury and curated. We have
That's the gentleman stay right there and look at the right.
Privacy, don't post that.
That's a nice little toast. That's the gentleman right here. That's it. That's good. Skull.